Gentlemen, we've hit on 3 of the bluest of the blue bloods so far. We've talked about whether or not UConn is a blue blood. And now we need to talk about Kansas, the state of Kansas basketball. Goodman, I'm going to you first on this one. They are a year removed from winning a national title. But I also think that this year we kind of saw what some of the limitations for them can be. Where do you stand on Kansas? What's it going to take for them to get back to that elite level? And will the fact that they are playing in a Big 12 that is now unquestionably the most difficult basketball conference in America, how will that impact them long term?
Well, listen, I've said this for years. I think the NCAA investigation hurt them. They're already, it's tough for them because they're an Adidas school, right? So they're not getting help because Adidas doesn't have players for the most part. And
True.
now you're talking about with the NCAA stuff hanging over their head, it makes it that much harder. So I think it's affected them. And I think, again, they were fortunate to get some guys that they could develop that weren't as highly ranked, right? They're not getting the Wigginses and the Embiids.
Yep.
They're getting the next tier, right? The 25 to 75s, a lot of those. And Ochai was, 400, and I think he told me 438 or something like that. So you need a little luck. Now, Bill Self can develop talent as good as probably anybody out there and coaches as well as anybody out there. They're going to lose Grady Dick. We know that. But they're going to bring in some good players.
Sure.
Again, I still say if Bill Self were coaching them, and this is no knock on Norm Roberts, and they got a good whistle, and they got a better –
It's a lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah, no, there are. I mean, they shouldn't have been where they were anyway. They should
Right.
have been in the Midwest, not the West.
Yeah, that's true,
Right,
too.
so-
What do they say about ifs and aunts and uncles?
There are a lot of them. No, I get it. I get it. All I'm saying is they're right there this year. They're right there with no depth, a point guard who
They
can't
won the Big
score.
12.
Right. A point guard who can't really score, a freshman wing who's up and down but talented as hell. Like, they're going to be there. Kansas isn't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere.
They're not going
guys.
anywhere. I think he
Let's not be
still
crazy.
gets the most out of a group of guys that any coach does. That's why he's the best.
Yep.
Because I didn't think this team – I thought the perimeter shooting outside Grady Dick struggling. I didn't know where it would come from. They always seem to adjust. We talked about DeJuan Harris. Self-check, wouldn't shoot. Then he started shooting. He started scoring, and then that changed around. They just – I don't think any of us thought they were probably going to win a national championship. They played well enough at times, but I thought we thought it'd catch up with them in the end, and it did.
I thought they had a legit shot to win a national championship. There were points this season. I thought they had a legit shot.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been a
KJ,
favorite, but I thought they had a shot.
No, but they had KJ Adams. They mixed up some lineup.
San Diego State's in the Final Four with Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
Everybody had a shot.
Yeah,
this
everybody
season.
had a
That's
shot.
true.
Everybody had a shot.
We came into this tournament saying 11, 12 teams could be in the Final Four and win a national championship. Well, it turns out
Miami or FAU in that.
Turns out it was around 30 or 40 teams.
I know. It's so true.
They could have won the national championship and still.
But
But
if you're Clemson Tigers, you just got
take it easy. Take it easy. It hurts so much. It hurts so much. Where's Arizona at? We lost Headband. We lost Headband Kerr. Headband Kerr's going to Nebraska.
I know.
It's like, come on, guys.
Is that true?
No, it's not true. I'm just
was
making
visiting
sure.
Nebraska.
He visited, but long story short, I forgot what I was talking about. So let's just move on.
Well,
to the
here,
next
let me
A lot
phrase
of
it.
teams that had a chance.
That's right.
We thought Kansas would be one of them.
Yep.
Let me phrase it to you like this, then, Goodman. We've seen some of the biggest names in college basketball retire in recent years. Jim Boeheim, Coach K,
It just hit me.
Roy Williams. Hold on. Let me finish
How
my
many
thought.
have they won? How many Big 12 championships has Kansas won? Why are we talking about them going anywhere? Are they going anywhere?
8 million.
8 billion.
$8
They're
million.
not going anywhere, right?
Because we
No,
didn't. We
come on.
had to hit on the
That's
Blue
what
Bloods.
I was getting back there.
We had to hit on the Blue Bloods. We had to talk about the Blue Blood. So here's my question about them long term. Bill Self just had a health scare, right?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was, but it was scary enough that
Is he feeling
he
better?
missed.
He was
the
back
Big
in the
12
road
tournament.
recruiting already.
Okay, good.
Last week.
Good.
So he missed all of the postseason, right? How much longer does he have? Is this going to be something where
I mean, it depends on health, right? It depends on what the doctors tell him. But again, they cleared him to go back in the road recruiting. My thought is they probably would have cleared him had they gotten the Sweet 16 to coach. So it's not. It's serious, obviously. Whenever you have issues with your heart, it's serious. But the fact that he was back on the road as quick as he was leads me to believe that they feel like there's not a risk there. He'll be fine. It sounds like. And again, as long as he's there, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And even when he leaves,
They'll still be fine.
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I do believe, and he may never admit this now, I do believe for a moment he'll take some time and sit and really evaluate how much longer I'm going to do this. Where I think prior to this, he probably never even had that conversation or that thought process. I do believe he's had – this has made him probably sit and go, man.
You know, he just won one.
Yeah. What more can I do?
I just don't know. I think he's built to coach. I think he loves it. You know, he's not one of those guys who's got a million hobbies. So I think with a lot of these guys, listen, the only reason, Rob knows this, the only reason Jim Calhoun isn't still coaching is because of health issues. That's right. And they told him, basically, you had no choice.
He couldn't stop falling off his damn bike.
Off a bike, right, in a bike accident.
Today's episode of the Field of 68 After Dark is presented by our partners over at Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's Final Four games. And pick'em, all you do is pick whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether it's points or rebounds or assists or all of them combined. If you're like me and you think Adama Sanogo is going to go nuts this weekend, pick higher on his points projection, pick higher on his rebounds projection, maybe throw in a lower on Matt Bradley's scoring totals, a higher on Isaiah Wong, whatever it is that you like. Put them all together, and if you hit them all, then you can win as much as 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured out how to use it. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, that's FIELD, to get a 100% deposit match up to $100.